All right, here we go. We got Brooklyn's finest in the building.
Yo.
Zab Judah, former champion in a bunch of different categories. Welterweight, junior welterweight, super welterweight, 44 wins, 30 by KO, which you don't really see in this weight range at all. 10 losses, 2 no contests. And someone who I've actually interviewed before I even launched Vlad TV. Back in like 2007.
Yeah.
We were at Justin's restaurant. I remember you had the yellow Lamborghini back then.
Yeah.
Well, man, listen. First of all, congrats on all your success since then.
I appreciate you.
You made many millions since that time.
Had a lot of fun, man.
A lot of fun supporting your family.
Yeah, definitely.
Congrats, man.
Appreciate it.
Well, we've done other interviews, but this is our first real sit down. Mm-hmm. So I want to get into your whole story. So you grew up in Brooklyn. Was it Brownsville?
Brownsville, Brooklyn, yeah.
Brownsville. That's where Mike Tyson came from.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe. We got a known fact, me, Tyson, and Riddick Bowe, is we got the only city or town in the world that have 3 undisputed champions in the same city.
Wow. That's saying a lot.
Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, and Zab Judah. Undisputed. You know, that's one of, I mean, there's a lot of world champions in the world, but undisputed is a very prestigious title because a lot of people don't do it. That means that there are different titles in every weight class. That means that you got all of the titles by yourself and nobody else got nothing.
Right. It's usually all 3 belts, right?
Right.
And for those that don't know, Brownsville, I say, is probably the roughest area in New York.
Some people say that.
Yeah. I remember driving through Brownsville. You don't really want to pull over and hang out. You just want to keep going.
That's not a pit stop.
It is definitely not a pit stop.
It's definitely a stop that you know somebody and you stop there. If you don't, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, MOP, I think, really gave the soundtrack to Brownsville and really illustrated the grit of that city. Yeah, well, congratulations on making it out of there.
Word up.
I'm sure a lot of your friends did not.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, your dad, Yoel Judah, am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
He's actually a 6-time kickboxing champion and a 7th degree black belt. So he was a bad motherfucker.
He's a 9th degree black belt.
9th degree, my bad.
Yeah, Shotokan Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
He ain't nothing to play with.
No, not at all. So you grew up in this type of kind of martial arts environment. What was that like seeing your dad early on, be into that?
It was dope. I actually had an epiphany one time when I was young. I was carrying my dad belts to the ring because he let us carry the belts to the ring, we was actually in Madison Square Garden and walking out to the ring. I was saying Judah, and I was like, but it felt like they was talking to me, and I was like, I got to the locker room, I told my dad, I thought, I felt like that was me. And he looked, we was young, so he was like, yeah, don't worry about it, keep working hard, kid, and one day it'll be you. And look at that, deja vu.
Well, you have 9 brothers and 2 sisters.
4 sisters.
4 sisters?
Yeah. 10 brothers and 4 sisters.
Wait, 10 brothers? Oh, I got
Pops
it all
added
wrong.
on to the family.
Oh, okay. my sources were definitely old.
Yeah.
10 brothers and
4
4
sisters.
sisters.
Yeah.
So you're the 15th sibling.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm actually the 4th.
Okay.
In line.
Okay. And your dad was a black Hebrew Israelite?
Yes.
So explain what that is exactly.
He's a black Hebrew. He's a black Jew. It's deep. Israelite. A Hebrew Israelite. Yes.
Because I'm Jewish myself.
Yeah.
And I've been to Israel a couple of times. And you see Ethiopians in Israel because I guess at one point they figured out the DNA and some Ethiopians matched the DNA for Judaism, so they opened up the
floodgates.
The floodgates to bring them in. Is that kind of connected to that, or is it something a little bit different?
No, yeah, it's somewhere in it. You know, I'm a Christian now. I was born and raised it, but you know, as time go on and life evolves, you learn different things. And my grandmother was a pastor in North Carolina, and she was Baptist. She was, you know, Southern, and I was baptized and Christian, and yeah.
Okay, but your dad was Jewish.
My dad was, yeah. I was born and raised Hebrew Israelite.
Okay, so you went to the synagogue and studied the Torah.
Yeah, we had our own camp. Yeah, we did all that. Shabbat, Yom Kippur, Passover. I wore my tassels. You know, Hanukkah.
Yeah,
I did everything, bro. You know, just when you got older, I just was I was older, younger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my grandmother made a transition when I was younger, and I just stuck by it.
So you started boxing at 6.
6 years old.
So you were ready. Seeing your dad and MSG and everything, you wanted that life for yourself.
Yeah, we started boxing at we started training at 5. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, from there, was born. I can remember my father was always a fighter. He fight before I was born. So when I came right into it, just born and raised, and I always seen him punching and kicking, and you know. So at the age of 5, I mean, like we was going to the gym before that, but at 5, he started showing us. And at 6, it was a tournament called the Kid Gloves, and he was like, "Okay, I'll put my boys in there. They're gonna get busy." And from there, we just was winning. You know, my amateur record was 115 wins and 5 losses. So,
well, you didn't actually go into kickboxing. You went into traditional boxing.
Yeah, because my dad went to the height. He went to the height of kickboxing,
which isn't as popular as traditional
at that
boxing.
Time, yeah, it wasn't,
at all.
Yeah, it wasn't popular like that.
There was no MMA back then,
right?
So
no
they
MMA.
couldn't transition into the big leagues.
Right.
Yeah.
So, kickboxing, my dad went to the height of it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he had better hands than feet. You know what I'm saying? So my dad was with Mark Breland. He went with Mark Breland to the '84 Olympics and stuff like that. So that's how he met a lot of people in boxing. And you know, at the end, he said, "If I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna put my boys in boxing," and that's what he did.
Right, and a couple of your brothers went into boxing as well.
Yeah. Daniel.
Yeah.
Joseph.
But you did the best out of
Joe. Well, I didn't do it. I probably went the furthest.
The furthest, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a minor, you were a 2-time national champion, a 3-time New York Golden Gloves champion, and you went out for the Olympics, but I guess you lost to David Diaz in the finals, so you didn't make it to the Olympics.
Well, no. Well, I actually won the box off. I mean, I won the Olympic trials. That year, they came up with a new thing called the box offs. A box off, you had to. It was like a double win you had to do, and he beat me in that tournament. And that tournament was the qualifying seat. So I went on as an alternate.
So you went to the Olympics?
Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't actually get to.
Right. I was an alternate.
Was that disappointing? I mean, because the Olympics is the oldest, competition on Earth, essentially. The oldest sports competition.
At the time, I was devastated. Because people knew my amateur career, knew that I was like almost untouchable.
Right, you're a beast.
I mean? Yeah, I was winning everything. So when I couldn't go, I was like, oh, I'm gonna quit. The coach Al Mitchell was like, no, don't quit. My dad, no, stick with it. You're gonna be good. I mean, listen, God don't make no mistakes. I turned around and I did something in the professional ranks that my guy that I went with to the Olympic trials and stuff like that. He didn't go that far.
Right.
Yeah, so
you got the last laugh.
Yeah. No, it wasn't even a laugh. It was just something to show the world that,
Yeah.
I was supposed to go there and do that, but I didn't do that. So in the professional ranks, I went higher than that.
Right, because you went pro at 18 years old
in
1996.
Yeah.
So you were ready.
I was ready.
You were ready.
I was ready.
And once you went pro, your first 17 fights, you won.
Yeah.
So
I was ready. I probably ready at 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? I mean, excuse me, at 17 years old, I was ready to go.
How did it feel to suddenly start going undefeated as you go pro? Because now you're in the big leagues. This is not Golden Gloves anymore. This is not the amateurs. This is not people who are just doing it as a hobby. You're in there with people who are putting food on their table in that ring.
It was hard work and dedication. You know what I'm saying? At the time I came up in '96, I was under Lou Duva and Shelley Finkel, and I was in a Pernell Whitaker camp. You know, my pro debut, I was co-main event to Pernell Whitaker in Miami, and that was a scary. Like, you know, the training camp was fun. I knew I was going pro, but the night that it happened was like you could go back and watch my pro debut. It's on YouTube against Michael Johnson, and when I got in there, I was ready. I was in good shape. But when they zipped my jacket down, I was like a deer in headlights. Like what's happening? I mean, remember, I'm going into the professional rinks now. So now, like, no shirt, smaller gloves,
much smaller gloves,
no headgear,
yeah,
and thousands of people everywhere. You know, I'm like, why am I fighting? I'm like, why is so many people looking at me? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, what's really going on? So, you know, I was kind of like if you watch this thing, I was standing in the corner. I was just stiff as a board. I was like, okay, but I was in good shape. I was ready to go. I prepared for this fight because I didn't know what to expect. What was the professional ranks? You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. When you got young, great amateurs going into the professional ranks, you know, ones that's gonna have a promising career, they do like I didn't know what the professional was. I just knew that, you know, I had friends, Mike Tyson, Pernell Whitaker. I watched them, and I'm like, okay, they're pro, they cool, but like, what am I gonna face? You know what I mean? So I started to prepare and do everything that I had to do, you know, mentally and physically, and I was ready. I could have fought King Kong and I would have won 100%.
Well, then in 1998, you beat Mickey Ward.
Yeah.
For the USBA light welterweight title.
Yeah.
So now you're a champion. You're a world champion in one belt.
No, I wasn't a world champion yet.
Oh, so the USBA light.
The USBA is the United States champion, a United States title. So at the time, Mickey Ward this is before the Gotti fights. I mean, you know, and this goes down today as still one of my toughest. People ask me all the time, who's the toughest guy ever fought? People always think that I'm gonna say Floyd. Like, you know, I know Zab and Floyd fought. Who's the toughest guy he fought? Floyd? I'm like, no. I'm like, y'all don't understand.
Mickey Ward.
It came at a time I was only 15-0 when I fought Mickey Ward. At this time, Mickey Ward was like, he was stopping everybody. He was like the promising Irish guy that he was good. You know what I mean? And he had this liver body shot that he was stopping guys with. You know what I mean? So during the whole preparation and training, our whole thing was to, you know, keep the elbows down to prepare for that body shot. And he got it through one time. He got it through in like
he hit you in the kidney?
Oh man.
How bad did that hurt?
I went to the corner. I sat down. My dad said, "How you feel?" I was just sitting there. I was looking at him. I said, he's like, what? Stop the fight.
Oh, you asked your dad to stop the fight.
Stop the fight. He said, what? You know, now anybody know my dad? No, my dad is an alpha male. You know, what? What you mean? Fuck that! Get out there, smash him. I said, yo, I think you broke my ribs. He's like, fuck them ribs. Fuck them ribs. Go out there, get busy. Let's go. Step to him. I'm like, I can't. No, this is no joke.
I think he punctured my liver.
You don't understand. So if you watch to the ending, I think it was the ending of the 7th round. He hit me the shot. Boom. 7th or 8th round. I moved around the ring for the whole round. The end of the round,
So you're just running away from him, basically.
I didn't let him touch me. I was like, oh, no. You're not getting it. I said, if you hit me with that shit one more time, again, that same place, it's over for me. You know what I mean? And I knew that. And then, so once I made it past that round, I got to the corner. You know, I got some water. I got the crazy, like, you know, it was 2 fights. People didn't understand that. It was the fight with Mickey Ward and the fight, which was the challenging, tough fight. Then I go to the corner and mentally got to fight my dad. Like, in the corner, he's like, what? Fuck that. You better get that. You better kill this motherfucker. You better kill him. I'm like, no, I can't.
Mom. Where's mom at?
Like, he broke my ribs. He's like, I don't give a shit about your ribs. You know what I'm saying? Use your other ribs. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It hurt. You know, so, you know, people that know my dad know he's no joke. You know, he don't, he ain't backing down. So, you know, but I'm glad that I had a person like that in my corner at the time that it was like the guy that I needed. He was like, I don't care about that. We prepared for this fight. He grabbed me. He rubbed it. He said, listen, man, let's go. We ready for this. And I was like, all right. Because leading up to this fight, we kept talking about it. He was like, you know, my father kept asking me, like, you know, this fight, a lot of people said, don't take this fight. You doing good in your career. You climbing the ladder. Don't take the Mickey Ward fight. Mickey Ward is at the time he was a veteran. He was known as he had like 30 fights. You know what I mean? He was known as the veteran. I only had 15, and people was like, don't fight him, and my dad was like, you can beat him. So we had this talk all the time. When I came to going with the rip stuff, he was like, oh no. He was like, hell no, Zab. Let's go. Block it out. Keep moving forward.
So was your dad your head trainer during this time?
Always.
Always.
My dad always been my head trainer.
Okay. So you win that fight, then you continue to win, and then you beat Wilfredo Negron in 99.
Right.
And that's when you get the IBF light welterweight title.
Right.
So that's a worldwide title.
Right.
You're how old at this time?
20.
At 20 years old, you're a world champion in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
How did that celebration go?
I don't know. It was just something that, for some people say, if you ask, my dad and all them people, my manager, Shelly Finkel, all them, Duva, they expected it. Me, I at the time, I never grasped on what was really happening. I just knew boxing was my thing. I knew I was great at it. I knew I could fight anybody, any condition, any weather, the dark, the light, fighting was my specialty. You know what I mean? But I didn't know like how good I was or where it could like really take me to. That wasn't my thought pattern. My thought pattern, I won another fight. Oh, guess what? This time, they gave me $1 million. Okay, we good now. We lit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, y'all. Let's go shopping. Let's go. Let's buy car. Let's do this. Let's do. So at this time when I'm winning, I just still got the Brownsville, Brooklyn mentality. Now it's even more. More. I'm more. My chest is up now. You know what I mean? Like what? We up now. Like, and I got Brooklyn with me. I got I'm Brooklyn right now, and I'm from Brownsville. I got my Brownsville with me, and you know what I mean. So it was a different kind of life, I would say.
I could relate to this myself. The first time when you don't come from money, and the first time you're given a big bag, especially when you're young, when you're in your 20s, you kind of think it's going to keep coming forever, and you make a lot of bad financial decisions. Like I've gone completely broke before. Were you making some bad decisions with money during this time as the money started pouring in?
100%. Because, like I said, this is something that I want to work on and create some kind of class for schooling for athletes, period. Because I went from Brownsville right into the big boy seat. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When I came home from the Olympics in 96, we was in Brownsville. We was in the projects. When I came home and they gave us the check, and we was still in the hood. We was still like, I got a check. I'm like, a check? What I'm going to do with this? We ain't got no bank account. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never see my mother go to the
check cashing spot. Yeah.
I ain't never see her go to the bank. You know what I mean? Like, so what you talk about? Like, we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So there was no schooling, no preparation, no knowledge. Nobody said, you got your pops, you got your uncles, you got everybody, but that's not really schooling. No. Because those are your peers.
But they don't know how to handle large amounts of money.
Well, yes.
There's that.
My parents always had, my father came from money. He was a fighter. He had his own money. My dad always been good. He always had his companies, construction. They said stuff to me, but it's different when it's your peers. When you're not going into a class to learn because you're curious to learn about what's really going on in the world. So when that's not your goal, you tend to overhear all that stuff. I have my uncles, I have my dad, I have my mom, my family. People came to me, Zab, yo, do this with your money, do this with your money, do this with your money. But I'm here I am, 18 years old, turning pro, doing good, 19 years old, and I got $1 million. And the first thing I get $1 million, this dude come in telling me, yo, what's up? I'm a financial advisor. Yo, I think you should take, how much you got? I'm like, I probably got $1 million. He's like, oh, no, this is not the real story, but this is, let's just say $1 million, you got $1 million. All right, listen, give me 800, give me 800,000 of that money, and I'm going to invest it for you. And this way, you're never going to go broke again. Just trust me. And you sitting back going, so you want me to give you 800? I got $1 million, and you want me to give you 800,000 of it to put away for me, and you gonna tell me that I'm gonna be rich forever? If you don't get away from me, I'm gonna kick in your ass 800 times. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like this is your mentality. You like, give you my money, yo. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from projects, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm thinking this is my mentality. I just secured the bag, and you telling me give you the bag to invest it, and I'm gonna be good forever. If you don't get away from me, dude, I promise you, I'm gonna unleash him. You know what I mean? And this is different. So, you know, at the time, you got people telling you that, but my mind, it wasn't ready for that yet. It wasn't.
Well, just to, because I run, hold on a second. I'm going to do a little calculation here to just explain to people how this works. If you would have put $1 million in the stock market back then, just a regular S&P 500, and you just left it alone for that 20 years, you would have around $3 million today in cash without even touching it. But back then, you don't understand compound interest. You don't understand investments. Everyone's telling you to buy a house, which isn't always the best idea. People, you're buying cars, you're buying jewelry, all that stuff is depreciating from the moment you purchase it. And I feel you. I mean, I've blown through $1 million.
You gotta remember, this is back in the 80s, right? This is like, this is back in 90s. 90, so 96. Boom, I turned, amateur at a good 93 for me, everything started. So in 96 now, I'm turning, 96, 99, like, it was crazy. It was a different timing right now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cell phones is coming in play now. We coming out of the beeper world right into the, you know what I mean? It's different now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking I'm lit right now, you know what I mean? And investment at this time, that wasn't it right now.
After the Negron fight, you kept winning, and then you fought Kasazu. Yeah. I can never pronounce this right. This was in 2001. Mm-hmm. And you take your first 2000. Loss. 2000. Yeah. Sorry. Mm-hmm. So in 2000, you fight Kasazu, and you lost by TKO. Mm-hmm. Okay, after you lost, you threw a stool. Right. And you try to attack him in the ring. Mm-hmm. Why that whole situation?
You gotta remember, at the time, my transition of what was going on. I was undefeated. I was a champion. This was my big headliner in Vegas. This is my first time I was headlining everything. My name was on billboards. It was on I was the top guy. I trained for this fight hard. We went 2 rounds. The first round, I dominated him. He couldn't even touch me. Second round, when it came out, bullshitting around, he caught me. Boom, he hit me with one shot. I went down. That in my mind, when I got out, I would tell him, ref, like, I'm good. Like, in my mind, I was good. Like people would say, Zab, what happened? I said, what happened was my mind said, get up. My body said, hold up. My legs and my body, it didn't go together. You know what I mean? And people don't understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's probably one of the biggest comical jokes like Zab Judah, no legs. But people don't understand. Like, I've been rolling so long that was in 2000. Today's 2020. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And people still, they like, oh, I'm Kasazu. I'm like, so you remember something 20 years ago? That means that my career has been floating on for that long. You remember my first loss? Now, the reason for throwing the chair was because you remember I'm coming from this huge amateur career, 115 wins, 5 losses, Olympic trials, up until this point right now. I'm the champ. I've been doing everything. I'm untouchable, unscathed, untouched. I got the pride of Brooklyn on my back. I'm doing it. And then the referee just said, Zab, it's over. I lost the fight. My mind just I went straight Brownsville. It's over. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Says who?
Says who? Says, no, this shit is on you now. And I went to the ref. I was tripping. I was bugging. But my mind was like, nah, get him now. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, nah, it ain't over. And, and I went to him and I was trying like I was going to level him, like hit him. And my dad grabbed my arm. Sorry to say, that's my friend. His name is Jay Nady. He's a referee.
The ref. Oh, so you tried to punch the ref.
Oh, you didn't see that part?
I didn't see that part.
See, I'm glad. I'm happy. Glad I missed that.
I missed that part.
You missed that part. So, yeah, I tried to hit the referee. When you see me throw the chair, that was like a point when I got to the corner. Now, that's later. So now my dad grabs me, calmed me down, tried to talk to me. So I'm in the corner I'm young. My pride and my ego was hurt now. I'm like, I just lost. I gotta go back to the like. You people understand? New York is tough, bro. Fans, fans is what they no joke, bro. They will eat you alive.
Oh, so they were calling you all types of names and
in the ring when it happened.
In your mind, you were thinking.
In my mind, as soon as I lost, I didn't even get out the ring yet. I'm like, oh no, I can't go home. I'm like, oh, where am I gonna move to? I gotta go move.
You gotta go to Connecticut.
I gotta go far. I'm like, it's not gonna work. I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, in your mind, everything is going through your mind, and I'm just thinking like, now I got demonistic thoughts in my mind now. Now I'm on demon time right now. I'm just like, yo, turn up. I got the Brownsville mentality. Like, shit don't go our way. Turn up. Like, just smash something out. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what I just started doing in the ring, at the fight, at the particular time. Which years later now I look back, it wasn't the smartest idea to do, but at the time I tell people that was real emotion. That was really me. Yeah. That was who Zab Judah is, and it just came across to the whole world, and people watch my life, in real time.
Well, you got fined $75,000, and you got suspended.
$100,000.
Oh, it was $100,000.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
And you got suspended for 6 months.
No, I got suspended for 1 year.
For 1 year.
Yes.
Aha.
So, like I tell people, the money didn't hurt me at the time. We was making good money. You know what I'm saying? What hurt me was the time. So now they just told me from the only job that I ever had leading up to this point, you can't do it no more for 1 year.
For a whole year, which is a long time for boxers. So very long time.
So now that leads me to do what? I'm in the streets. I'm running around. I'm a champ. Like I'm in Brooklyn. So now my Brooklyn mentality is coming out. So that's around. I think that wasn't even the time yet. I was that 1 year. So this is around the time when now Zab Judah's acting up. Zab Judah's in Miami, dice fights. I got the famous dice fights on the internet now, and all this is going on now.
The dice fights? I missed that part too.
Yeah, I had a famous a dice game. It's on YouTube. Yeah, I was gambling. Back in these days, I was known as a heavy gambler. You know what I mean? And I was out there. Just put in Zab Judah street fight. Zab Judah, street fight.
Putting it in right now. Here we go. Zab Judah street fight in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened here? Dice fight didn't go as planned,
Nah. It wasn't about the dice game and nothing like that. It was a situation. It was Memorial Weekend. I forgot what year it was, and we had just got to South Beach. We had a tour bus. It was me, a bunch of the homies. We all got to South Beach. We went to the hotel. We checked. It was maybe 25 of us. Check in the hotel. We all get everything straight. Everybody go change up. We get fresh. We go hit the strip. We walking down South Beach on Ocean Avenue. It's crazy. It's back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like South Beach was retarded. A girl walks up to me. She's shaking dice in my face. She like, what's up? And I'm like, hey, I don't play with girls like that. And she like, girls, shit. She was like, what? I got money, but I'm like, all right, what's up with that? And then the dude came behind him, was like, yo, I got what she don't got, I got. And he got 2 more bricks. So I'm looking like, oh, this lunch right here. Like, I'm already looking back. I'm like, I got 25 of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this food money right here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go pull up. Dice is this who gonna roll? Huh? Cake. Let's go. So we start going. But the thing was, we started rolling for a while, and she started throwing like 6s and 4, 5, 6s. Like back to back, like she was throwing 6s like the devil. She was like, so when you watch the video, you see me, I'm sweating the video, I'm wiping my head, I'm like, how the hell is she doing this? Like this is different. Like we blown through money, like taking money out, taking money in. So one of the rolls, I got my hand in my pocket because I got I got money just balled up in my pocket, so I could feel it to see what's what the bills are. Like I'm good with that with money, I could feel it and tell, and so I'm just daydreaming, and I look down, and I see the dude. I see him down. You're going to see me in the video. He bent down, and I'm looking, and I zip my pocket. I'm like, oh, shit. And I go to him, I grab him, and you see me. I ask him. I said, yo, you got dice in your hand? And he the fuck off me. Like, so I got him, I gripped him real tight. Now, in my mind, I'm looking back like, the girl, she got all the money in her hand. So I look back at my boys, you watch me, I point back, I say, yo, hold her. Don't let her go. Don't let her go nowhere like that. And I grab him and I ask him again. I said, yo, you got dice in? I mean, yo, you got dice in your hand? He like, get the fuck off me. Get the fuck off me. Get the fuck off me. So he like, get the fuck off me. So now he trying to pull away from me, and I just hit him. Boom.
Well, so he was basically cheating?
He was cheating.
Okay.
Yeah, so I see he had dice. Well, the way he was sitting, I could see the dice in his hand. And you see me, I'm looking. I'm like, oh, shit. Because he stayed down the whole time. So he kept, like, schooling the dice after we rolled to fix it up and give it to her. So we're not thinking about, like, yo, he doing the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Like I'm, at this time, I'm street smart. I'm gambling everywhere. I'm gambling with Chicago homies. I'm gambling with LA homies. I'm Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We gambling everywhere. Big dice games. You know what I'm saying? In the street, 100,000s, like cash, all cash.
Wait. You're spending 100,000 in street dice games.
Yeah. That was, yeah. I was,
As a 40-something-year-old man, when you look back on this, does it sound kind of crazy?
No, 42. I'm 42 now.
42.
When I look back now, I mean, like, you know, nah. It don't look crazy right now because that was what was going on at the time. You know, that's what I was into. We was in the gambling spot. We was going to the gambling spot. Like, I won a car out the gambling spot, a brand new Lexus. A dude was gambling. I beat him for all his bread. He didn't have nothing. He was like, yo, I got it. Like, but he was like, yo, you know, he was West Indian. He was Jamaican. He was like, yo, I got my picnic out. Picnic me his kids.
Yeah.
He like, yo, man, we can't go home. Like, I took all his bread. Like, yo, what's up? What you gonna do? He like, yo, you gotta give me a chance. And I said, yo, what you got? He like, yo, man, we got my car. I said, your car? What kind of car? Yo, we got Lexus. I said, you got Lexus? Yo, we got title right now. I said, yo, title, word. Pull it out. What's up? Pulled it out. I said, yo, how much your car worth? Yo, I mean, it ain't like 30,000, yo. This is good, yo. It's paid for mine. We're gonna bet it. I said, word. All right, let's go. So I had cash on me. I had like 30 bands on me. Boom, nothing. Let's go. Put it up, broke them. Like, it was like the best. So we did the best out of 5 rolls for the 30,000. Whoever get the best out of 5 rolls, they get the bread. I got him. Took his car title right there. Yo, bro. I seen a grown man. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. We gambling tight, coming from the club. Everybody, and he's crying in my face, going, "Yo, Bill, please, yo, yo, it's my car, my money, yo, my pick me, yo, my baby, yo, my wife gonna kill me." Like,
She probably did.
Yo, so I'm looking at cuz like, yo, listen,
Oh, well.
man. You gonna die tonight, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know how the gambling thing goes. When you look at all the gambling you did, do you think you lost a lot, broke even, or you made money?
Nah. I probably lost more than
That's
lost.
just-
I mean, because no matter what, even if I gambled that day and we got the bag, we went right out and blew the bag. Like,
Right.
So it's like you didn't win anything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You won the money in the dice game, went right out to the club.
Lost
and
it all.
y'all just blew 7,000. Like, doing what?
Yeah,
Like
nothing. Bottles,
champagne
a few bottles.
Right. Who got rich at that time? Chris Style. That's
Right.
who got rich. You know what I'm saying? That's when we drunk, Chris Style.
So then in 2003, you beat DeMarcus Corley. That's the WBO light welterweight title. You actually broke your left hand in that fight. Did that set you back?
Yeah, that set me back. I broke my hand early in that fight. I broke my hand in the 3rd round, so I fought from the 3rd round to the 12th round with one hand basically, because I couldn't really throw my left hand no more. Like, you know, and anybody know me, I'm a left-hander, and that's my power shot. So I kind of did the bullshit. I kind of like faked them out, like threw a lot of head feints and just, you know, inside a lot of vulgar talk. Just trying to like get under his skin so that he wouldn't stay on his game plan and fight me the way he was supposed to. You know what I mean? So that was the way I did that.
Okay. And then you fought Corey Spinks,
Yeah.
who's Leon Spinks' son.
Yeah.
And you lost by unanimous decision. So here goes your other big loss. Did that mess you up in the same way the first loss, or were you kind of...
No, well, the first me and Corey Spinks actually...
Well, no, I'm talking about the Kostya Tszyu. Your loss to
Nah, it was totally different. For the Kasazu fight, it was a prestigious situation at the time. It was the first time that we was able to unify the division in the championship. I think it was like 30 to 60 something years.
Yeah.
Like nobody has ever done it. So it was me. I was a champion in that fight. Like the way the reason why I dealt the way I dealt, because I felt like the referee treated me as if I was like a contender or like just a nobody. He's just like, like in my mind, like, dude, you don't stop me, bro. I'm a warrior, nigga. I'll die here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I die for this. You know what I'm saying? You don't stop my fight. And that's why I reacted the way I reacted.
All right. So the Corey Spinks fight wasn't as serious as that first one.
No, anytime I took a loss, it was serious. I mean,
but you didn't wild out this time.
So let me tell you something. So the first Corey Spinks, the reason why I got the second fight was because they knew they jerked me in the first fight.
Okay, so you got jerked in that.
I got jerked in the Corey Spinks fight, so they had to bring me back on a rebound for the rematch.
Right, and at that point, you became the undisputed champion.
Yep. It wasn't just that easy. I had to go into a man's backyard. Like, I had to go into his house, keep the door in.
Right, because that was in his hometown.
Shoot past his family.
What city was this?
St. Louis.
Right, and this was the first time St. Louis had a major boxing match in like 30 years or something. So it was just
This was when
crazy.
St. Louis was the number one murder rate capital city in the world.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the yo. People understand what I went through that week, yo. It was crazy.
So you were shot at?
No.
Okay.
No. We ain't get shot at. God bless us. God thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we had to for instance, when I was in St. Louis, you know, people don't know. Meech was at the fight.
Big Meech.
Big Meech was right.
We're gonna talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah. I called Meech. I was like, yo, these homies down here, they tripping, talking about, yo, like, I was getting death threats to my hotel, like, and I wasn't even staying in my room under my name. So I'm like, how the hell y'all getting through to my room, to my Zab? So I'm like, oh shit, the hotel down with this shit too now. I'm like, yo, I ain't even safe here. So you know what I'm saying? But the only thing I had that was with me, I had my pops and I had my team. We was I ain't gonna front. We was strong. We was ready for anything that went down. Like even when I ran at nighttime, like, people know I had to run like 2:00 in the morning. How I ran was, we had 16 passenger vans. We had 3 of them, so it'd be one in the front, one on the side, one in the back, and I would do my runs on the street just like that. Or just they would block me in, and I would run. You know what I'm saying? Because people, I mean, we went to eat one time. Soon as we got there, we went to go get soul food, right? So we got all of the Team Judah shit on. It's the first day. Walking to the soul food spot, like, hey, what's up? We want to eat. And then people looking at us, because this is fight week. They looking at us like, oh, y'all want to eat? Okay. What you want? I'm like, I looked at her.
Nothing.
Nothing.
They could have poisoned you or something at that point.
People don't even know how I ate the whole week. How I ate the whole week was, my conditioning trainer was a white guy. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yo, listen, we get back to the room, come in. Take all that shit off. All that Team Judah shit, take it off.
You sent the white guy.
Right. Put your regular clothes on. Put your regular shit on. I said, go looking like the regular white guy from, put the shit on and go to the thing and get the food. And that's how I ate every day. So he would just, get dressed or nothing, go to this place, order my food or pick up my food, whatever I was eating, and bring it back. And that's how I ate the whole week. Because, if we went in there with the Team Judah stuff, we was afraid of what they would have did.
Well, then in 2006, you fought Carlos Baldomir. You were a 10-1 favorite, and you ended up losing. Ring Magazine called this the upset of the year.
Yeah.
Why do you think you lost that, being such a favorite?
I ain't lose it. You gotta watch it.
What happened?
He looked like he ran through it was at that time when I lost to Carlos Baldomir, that was promoter problems.
Well, you were with Don King at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at that time, people know I was the undisputed champion of the world. I was my next fight. It was gonna be a big. My next fight was scheduled to be Floyd. I lose the fight, so I'm like, oh, shallow to fight. Don King come locker room. So I'm like, damn, Don, what we gonna do? He's like, don't worry about it. You still an IBF champion. And I'm like, then we just fight. Me and Carlos Baldomir fought for the undisputed championship of the world. Don King is so slippery and trickery and slimy that somehow people didn't even look at it. They didn't even watch it. I was still the champion of the world.
Because he didn't sign the paperwork or pay the fees.
Bro, I don't know what.
I'd heard that. Carlos Baldomir, I guess, didn't pay some of the fees for the other belts, so therefore he didn't.
That retard came into the fight with no belts. How about that? Think about that position.
Yeah,
you got.
That's true.
He came in there as an opponent to. Well, he was number one contender to fight Zab Judah, and he didn't. He was from Argentina. He didn't even know English. He didn't know nothing. If you watch the fight when they said, and the winner, he stood there like he thought, like he heard, like Jesus opened the clouds up and said, "Carlos, come down." He was like, "Oh!" Like he was just like he was like, "I won, me, champion." Oh, like, it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So this right here was because I didn't want to renew my contract going into the fight with Floyd. It was for a lot of big money, and Don wanted to be a part of this. So the only way he could have been a part of this was me to renew my contract.
Well, at what point did you sign with Don King?
Right after Casa Zoo.
Okay. And, you've heard a lot of horror stories about Don King. Mike Tyson in particular.
Yeah.
Claimed
which was my brother at the time.
Yeah, who's from Brownsville as well.
Yeah.
Before you signed to Don King, did you and Mike Tyson have a conversation about this? No. After you signed to Don King, did you and Mike Tyson have a conversation about this? And what did Mike tell you? Be smart.
I mean, you know about him, and I'm like, all right, nah, I'm like, I got it. I mean, see, here's the notion and the thing. Everybody, like even now, there's fighters that's still signing with Don King right now. They're still signing with a lot of promoters that people have heard that done a lot of greasy and grimy things to people. People will still sign with them today. Why? Everybody has the notion in their mind that, oh, he ain't gonna do it to me. He ain't gonna do it to me.
Yeah.
I got my business in order. Here's my business manager, my lawyer, my this, my that. Everybody got the same bullshit story. So I had the same story.
You had the same story.
He ain't gonna do it to me. I'm good. We got all the T's crossed, I's dotted. I was coming out of my contract with Shelly Finkel in Duvas, and Don King caught me with the with the white man shit. Oh, brother, come on home, brother. Them motherfucking Jew motherfuckers, they got you. Come on, brother. Don't be over there. They slick, brother. They slick. He got me with that shit like that.
That's how he got Tyson also.
Yeah, I mean, but he's good.
He used the black angle on him.
No, he used that fucking mouthpiece. Don King's the coldest pimp ever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, boy, listen, I mean, the reason why I say he the coldest pimp because he used us. We was his horse. We was the one that got money for him. I use it in the terminology of pimping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Don had us. We went out there. We got money for him unknowingly. This is how he conducted the business. And then when you you know what I'm saying, when you ain't good for him no more, he get rid of you.
Well, what was your worst experience with him? What was that one thing where you're like, man, I can't believe
not making your money and getting your check and the shit don't say what you negotiated?
Really?
That's when me goes back to Brownsville. Then the Brownsville come out. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, how much did he short you?
$1.5 million.
He shorted you $1.5 million.
Yeah. So he got his cut. Everybody got their money. He got his cut and still took another $1.5 million.
Wow.
So that's when I was like, So now I had to. So at this time I had to.
Was this after Brooklyn. Carlos Baldomir, or this was before the Mayweather fight?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's before the Mayweather. No. This the $1.5 million that was after the Mayweather.
After the,
fight.
Okay,
that was our last transaction.
Okay, got it. Okay,
that was our last transaction.
So you lose this fight, quote unquote, lose this fight,
right?
But you still have the fight set up with Mayweather.
I'm still a champion.
You're still a champion. So now you fight Floyd Mayweather. What was Mayweather's record at that point?
Undefeated.
But I mean, how many you know? Do you remember?
I don't know. We both was
20-something 0 or something like that. Coming into the fight, were you prepared for the type of fighter you were about to face, or did you feel like, fuck it, I'm Zab Judah, it don't matter?
No. I prepared for Floyd.
Yeah.
I prepared for Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Even in preparation, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I didn't make no mistake. I just went at the fight. In my own way that I shouldn't went at it. My dad told me to go at the fight different, and I took it another whole situation. I wanted to fight personally rather than just skillfully as I should have went in the fight.
You were emotional about it.
Yeah, very.
And that's the thing about
Floyd
Floyd.
knew that. Floyd knew that. He was like, I gotta wear Zab out. I mean, he knew going toe to toe with me early was career suicide. He like, I'm not going toe to toe with this. He's coming to hurt. He knew that. You know what I mean?
And Floyd, I think, is just, I believe, the most unemotional fighter who's just completely focused on the big picture. He doesn't really get angry. He doesn't lose his cool.
Right.
He goes in like a robot and does his job.
No, he don't go in like a robot. I mean, he goes in the job prepared for knowing. He prepared himself and knowing what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Flo was best friends. We was from kids.
Oh, so you guys were close at this point.
We knew each other.
Okay.
He know my mama, I know his mama. You know, like that close. You know what I'm saying? Like his family know my family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we know them. You know what I mean? So he know us. We know him. And it was the fight was just, we was young. We was young and it was big money. Supposedly to us at that time, it was big money and we was the young hip hop kids, and we was what they say. We was lit right then. We was what boxing was. The people wanted to see us fight.
All right, so second round, Floyd may or may not have gotten knocked down. His glove touched the ground, and the referee called it a slip. In retrospect, do you think it was a knockdown or not?
Shit, I ain't gotta think. The whole world know. You know what I'm saying? In boxing, if your glove touches the ground, that is a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it was contact made, boom.
Yeah.
Stumble, fall, whatever. It's a knockdown. I mean, listen, people can say what they want to say, you know what I'm saying? But you can't fool people. There's people in the world that'll fight you, swear by you, ready to shoot out with you, that'll say Zab dropped him. You know what I'm saying?
So you got Floyd's only knockdown in his career. There you have it. Well, fifth round, Floyd Mayweather caught you with one and bloodied your nose. Mm-hmm. And then the 10th round, you hit Floyd with a low blow. Mm-hmm. And then you hit him in the back of the head as well. Mm-hmm. And then all hell broke loose.
Unintentionally, though. You know, it's one of those things, if you watch it, it was like it was the
like a 1-2 kind of.
It was the 10th round going into the 11th. It was the end of the 10th round going into the 11th. You know, a very skillful fight, challenging, tough. We both was fatigued going into the fight. I mean, I was fatigued more than him. I mean, I can't speak for him. And me, one of them things where it was just a reaction. He threw a punch, I flipped it, came back. You know what I'm saying? Just at the angle of his body, when I threw my punches, when I hit him, boom, he went down. I know, I just came back, boom. It's a reaction. It's a boxing reaction, but it wasn't intentionally. And when I did that, they called it, low blow. Referee said stop. Mm-hmm. Floyd was doing, he was moving around. Roger then at the time proceeded to get in the ring.
Roger Mayweather.
Then Leonard Ellaby proceeded to get in behind him. Nobody's in the ring. Everybody knows this happens to anybody else in the world. This is what you call an automatic disqualification. When two fighters are fighting, if anybody else from the outside decides to get in the ring, it's an automatic disqualification. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
So, but there we go again. We in Vegas fighting Floyd. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you're saying that once Roger Mayweather jumped in the ring, Floyd should have been disqualified and you should have won the fight.
I don't got to say the rule book says that.
Okay. Well, Roger jumped in the ring and approached you.
Say it again. During the what? During the fight.
During the fight
that was going on for the last past 10 rounds.
Yeah. Floyd's uncle, Roger Mayweather. For
the last past 10 rounds, we've been fighting. Now you decided, I want to get in the ring and have a conversation with that man right here in front of the whole world. You can't do that.
Well, then your dad jumped in the ring.
Okay, but this is now
afterwards.
He's sitting here watching two gentlemen jump in the ring, trying to shove and push past the referee to try to get his son. What do you think he's gonna do?
Right. Well, he ended up punching Roger.
What do you think he's supposed to do?
Right. What's your dad?
And then what do you think I did next?
What did you do? Because at that point, you can't even really tell what's happening.
I turned up. I went right in the middle and brought out.
Okay, who'd you punch? Who'd you hit?
Whoever was in the way. Anybody in the way. I mean, that was it. I see my pops go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like now, at this point in time again, we go back to Brownsville. let's go. Oh,
Right.
hell, mayhem. It's like, oh, Pop's in the ring, he fighting, word, turn up.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't no, well, let me look and see who was, it's no looking. It's, let me.
Because Floyd actually walks away. He
Listen,
distanced
man,
himself from the
everybody
whole
from
thing.
different parts of the world, everybody
Yeah.
from different mentality, everybody got different mentality. His situation was he ain't gonna fuck the bag up. My situation was I don't give a fuck about the bag. That's my Pops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. It's a brawl breaking out. Pops is in there. It's game time.
Yeah.
I don't care about no bag. That's never been my motive in life ever. And people know me, the whole world know that's not my motive. But to other people, it's different. I mean, listen, he was securing his bag. I mean,
Yeah.
he set out his goal. You know, my goal was to don't we zero tolerance. You violate, we demonstrate.
Well, police and security rush in to
Yeah.
break everything up. Roger Mayweather got ejected from the fight. The fight finishes.
It was 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. The fight finishes. Floyd wins by decision, I believe.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, Roger Mayweather was fined $200,000. His boxing license was revoked for a year. Your dad was fined $100,000. License was revoked for a year. You were fined $350,000. License revoked for a year. Did you feel that was unfair?
100%.
Yeah.
The whole world did. And now looking back on it even more now, I mean, I'm glad that we're doing this this interview right now so now the world can see. I mean, it was totally unfair. I got railroad, but you got to understand my positioning. It was Zab Judah and Don King coming from the East Coast, going to Vegas, fighting Floyd Mayweather, which was the golden child at the time, and Bob Arum. It was no winning. This is the first time in the decades that Don King and Bob Arum even talked to each other and did business. You know what I mean? They had to put aside their differences and do what they had to do to get this money.
Fighting Floyd, when you look back at that fight, it wasn't your toughest fight because you said that was Mickey. Was Floyd the most skilled fighter you ever fought?
100%.
100%.
100%. He's the most talented fighter that I've ever fought. Yeah, 100%.
So his 50-0 and how people call him the greatest of all time, you feel that's well deserved based on you
so.
actually
100%.
getting in the ring with him.
100%. I don't have no dispute in.
Yeah.
He is everything that people say or what he say he is. He is.
What is it about Floyd that's just different than any other fighter once you get in the ring with him?
Work ethics. I fought him. We was young, growing up together. We was young in our early careers. I used to fly to Vegas, go hang out with him. He would come to New York. We hang out, all that. So his work ethics, like the way he worked was different. Like see me, I was raw talent. I could just do shit like like nobody else could do. I could do it it was like Bluetooth for me. I could pull a shit out the sky and just get it done. He was the guy that he put the work ethics on top of being, talented. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I don't get me wrong. I trained hard. Yeah, I put my work in,
but not like Floyd.
I didn't. Yeah, and so I had a chance of working with him for the Pacquiao fight, and I got to train with him and see how he worked. And I mean, we would pull off 4 or 5 hour gym sessions, right from the gym session, leave there and go run 10 miles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this motherfucker's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we go home and go and lay down. And he'll call you again at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like, yo, what up? Let's go running. I'm like, yo, dude, are you crazy, dude? Like,
he just basically outworked everybody.
He outworked everybody.
He outworked everybody. So that's why
he figured out that, let me outwork it. You know what I'm saying? Let me, I might not be as talented as Zab, or I might not have, whatever, faster than Zab, or whatever, hit harder than Zab, whatever, but let me outwork him, or let me make sure that my condition is on point so that I can last and outlast him in the fight. And that's what he did. So, it was nothing about he was better than me or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He know and I know I was faster than him and everything. I mean, I mean, if we ever would have did it again, people would have seen the thing. But
why was there no rematch?
I don't know. I mean, everybody know. Of course, I pushed for it. I did everything I did for it. But he had different plans. And
yeah, I mean, Floyd doesn't do a lot of rematches. It seems in his career.
Well, he rematches who he want to rematch.
Yeah, there's a few here and there, but he's not like these guys that are always doing like these three fight deals. Like, he does what he wants to do. and
Well,
he's earned it.
I feel like our fight was justifiable for a rematch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With all the things that happened in the fight, if a rematch would have happened, nobody would have been mad. They'd be like, okay, that's justified. You know, like you fought Castillo twice. You fought, when that was, people say, oh, that you didn't beat him, but you fought him again. You fought the other guys again. You fought these, But, I mean, but listen, it's no love loss. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're 42 now. I'm retired. I had a great, excellent career. I don't even get mad. And actually, I tell people, I understand why Floyd wouldn't fight me. I mean, during the first fight, the press tour, everything, I gave him hell. I know that. I gave all of them hell. I gave him hell. I was on my Brooklyn bullshit.
Right, and then after the fight, like we spoke before, you get shorted for $1.5 million by Don King.
Yeah, I mean that was a side note. I mean that was different. I mean that wasn't their problem. But during the tour and all that stuff, yeah, I was very hard on him. I was, I ain't listen. I was on my Brooklyn shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I understand he probably was like, rematch him. I'm not going through that shit again. Are you crazy? You know what the hell I just went through? You know what I'm saying? Like people don't know. Like we couldn't even stay in the same hotel during the fight week and all that. Like you watch. It was security put in between us. They didn't let us come together. You know what I'm saying? Because not because of him, because they knew, I was on my shit. Like you know what I'm saying? In boxing, it's been known. I have zero. I'm zero tolerance with fighters, especially when we gonna fight each other. You're not gonna stand on my face and like I don't think I ever had that problem. We see somebody stand on my face and pop shit to me, and like I ain't never had that because like my shit. You get too close, you violate, I'm going to demonstrate. And that was what on any professional person, non-professional person, whoever it was. And that's just, that's just how I gave it up.
Okay, so after that, there was a situation with you in 2006 where you were hanging out next to your Lamborghini. 3 guys approached you and tried to rob you. The rumor was it that these guys were linked to Fabulous's crew?
Right.
Any truth in that?
No.
No.
No truth. Fab is my bro. Man.
Right.
Yeah,
he got a bad rap for that, man. It's funny.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, what happened was it was guys out of the same housing projects, Brevoort, that he's from. They was from the neighborhood, so they figured out at this time on the come up, Fab is the biggest one coming out of Brevoort. He's he's the street guy, so they figured anything come out of Brevoort that happens is
connected
Fab.
to him. Right.
Fab. So
yeah, because we interviewed Plaxico Burris recently.
Yeah.
And there was a story, there was like a rumor that a bunch of newspapers had written that like the reason why Plaxico had a gun on him was because rappers were getting robbed by Fabulous's crew and so forth. And when we asked him about that, he said, I've never said that.
I saw the video of Fab saying that you said that. And I was like, when did he say that? Like,
I don't even know Main Man or anybody that affiliated with him. So whatever stories or whatever was made up, it had nothing to do with me or anything because.
So we could clear the air. It's never about Fab's people going around getting athletes or whatever. It had nothing to do.
I mean, I was going out, hanging out all the time in New York City. That was never.
On your mind?
No.
You're right.
Right.
So like the media was running with this whole Fabulous is out robbing rappers
at the
story.
Time, I mean, at the time, it was a lot of robberies and things being made, from people out of the Brevoort section, them the homies and all that, you know what I mean? So, of course, they're going to link Fab right to it because he's the biggest one, the biggest name that's coming out of that city, coming out of that, that town right there, them projects, you know what I'm saying? He got the most movement. And he the biggest one. They said, "Oh, Fab." But I know who it was. We got to the bottom of that. But people always say it was Fab, but nah, Fab had nothing to do with that.
Well, these guys pulled up on your Lamborghini.
Yeah.
In a minivan. They pulled out a gun.
Yeah.
And told you to run your shit.
Yeah.
Your jewelry and everything.
Yeah. Dang.
They shot.
Anybody that know me know that don't. It's not gonna happen. Bro, run up on Zab and say, take what off? Take who off? Where you take away off at?
Really?
Nah.
If someone pull a pistol in your face, you're not going to give them the jewelry.
We ain't gonna
you could have all my shit, let me tell you.
And that's the
Whoever's listening, if you stick a pistol in my face, all my shit's insured. I'm going to get it all back.
That's the difference.
That's the difference in me and you.
Vlad
that's cool.
And Zab.
That's cool. If Vlad and Zab different, I can live with
Vlad
that.
Vlad and Zab is different. Right. You know
that's
what I'm saying? Like we ain't having it. I mean, like, unfortunately, with with the goodness and the graces of God, I don't have them situations. I don't have them problems. You know what I'm saying? I give out what I expect back.
Did they actually shoot at you or just pull out a pistol?
So what happened was, I was coming out the nightclub. I had 2 young ladies with me. I was in my Lamborghini, and I was going to the car, and we was drinking and partying like that. So boom, so I'm going to the car. The van pulled up. The door slides open. He's like, "Yo, put your shit." I'm like, "What?" So I'm talking to the van, not knowing somebody else that was with them was out the car. So I'm like, "What? The dude walked up in the back of me and oh shit, he's like, "Yo, don't move." I'm like, "Oh shit," like word. So I'm like, all right. So I mean, you gotta remember, at this time I'm champ. I'm a black belt, Shotokan Jiu-Jitsu. I'm champ of the world. I'm in top shape. Like, I'm a full-fledged athlete right now. You know what I'm saying? Now I see the blickies out. I'm straight sober up. I'm back on my Brownsville mentality now. So boom, so I'm like, put your hands up. So the dude over here with the door open, he's doing the talking. The dude behind me, he's like, he's taking notice. So you know what I'm saying? And I figured that shit out in this 5 seconds how this shit transpired. So I could, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking, and through the corner of my eye, I can see the guy behind me. He keep looking like he can't really see the guy because I'm right there. So he trying to look around me to see what the guy telling him to do. So I see that. So I keep putting my head over like this. So I'm like this to block his vision. So when I see him reach like that, I just go boom, like that. I hit it and boom, the gun flew that way. He backed up and looked at me like, oh shit. So the gun was closer to me. In the van, they looking. I ran. I grabbed the gun. They looked in the van. They're like, oh shit, slammed the door. I had the blicky. Matter of fact, I threw the blicky down, ran the homie. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, you actually beat up the dude.
Knocked him straight out. Listen, this is real shit. Yeah. Police verification. Knocked the dude out. Grabbed the gun. Opened my lamb up. Jump in the lamb. Run the van down. Now we on the street. We running through the street. I'm chasing the van up one way, down one way. It's a Zab Judah chasing a minivan. We going through the street
in a Lamborghini. Lamborghini.
Yellow Lamborghini.
Yellow Lamborghini.
Yellow. Going through Manhattan. It's like this is on like 10th Avenue and like 27th Street. When 27 all that was popping. We racing through the street. One ways and all type of shit. But it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? We going boom. They got out of control. Crash. Run right into a tree, boom, hit the car, they fall out. I jump out my lamb, I got day blicky. This is day blicky. I jump out, I got day blicky, I run up to the car, I'm like, oh yeah, motherfucker, get the fuck out. A car pull up, it was a
Homeland Security.
Homeland Security in the unmarked car. He jump out, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? He try to rob me, yo. He like, yo, fucking move. I'm like, yo, I threw the gun, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker try to rob me. Like, yeah. So he looking at me because he recognized me. He like, fuck is Zab doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he like, yo, back up. I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck. They in the car, they out. They remember they crashed in the car, so they fucked, they bleeding and shit. They got lean on the thing. I'm like, yo, they try to rob me. Yo, I ran these motherfuckers down. So the cop like, all right, back up. He go to the car. You know what I'm saying? Dude was on the dashboard, fucked up. He called us back up. They came. Long story short, they get locked up. I go down to the precinct and we look again. It's a thing in the incident where it says Zab Judah is on the no snitching. Well, he was with the no snitching. It's the thing of that. They was mad because I didn't want to talk and say who these, you know what I'm saying? No, I didn't want to press charges. I didn't want to press charges and go through with a full investigation about what happened. Because I was like, no, just give me their names. You know, give me their names and address of where they at, and I handle this shit myself. At this time,
Wait.
Facts.
You talking like this is a normal situation.
Yeah.
You told the police, I'm not going to press charges. I want their names and addresses.
It's a statement in the news where you can find it, Zab Judah with no snitching code. It's with the same incident. They was mad. The police was mad because I didn't want to give up no information to come down and tell like Zab Judah pressing charges. These guys try to rob me. You know, like they want me. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not. Yo, dude, give me their name. Give me where they from. And I got it. We lit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, can I just say
at these times we held court in the street.
I understand, but you're a professional boxer. You're not a full-time gangster.
No, it wasn't about being.
I understand the environment you came from.
It was about being a man with principles. That's what it's about. It's about having principles and dignity and standing up and living by something. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's just who I am and who I've always been.
So these guys, just since you didn't press charges, they didn't get locked up for anything?
They got booked. I don't know what happened to them. I mean, in New York State, you don't press charges. I guess they hold you for a little while. And like I said, I never pressed charges. I never went through with the case. I never went through with nothing. We figured out who was who, and you know what I'm saying, a situation was dealt with.
So you found out who it was.
Huh?
You found out who
Of
those
course,
guys were.
yeah, they got paperwork. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, they got locked up. Everybody knew who they was.
Did you ever run into these guys again, or did you ever have a conversation with
Yeah,
them? or-
we had a nice conversation.
Oh, so you guys
Yeah.
worked it out.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's my guy. Like, yeah, it was. Everything was. It was a cool understanding.
It was a cool understanding.
understanding.
All right,
Straight up, you know
we'll
what I'm
just
saying?
leave it at that.
Yeah, we leave it at that. It was a cool understanding.
There's a
you
cool
know what I'm saying? It was
understanding.
just, like I said, it was a cool understanding for a misunderstanding.
Okay.
Cause you know what I'm saying. At the time, long story short, it was like it wasn't about you, Zab. We just seen somebody coming out looking like food. Like I was icy, yellow lamb. Like, oh, who that food? Pull up. We don't care. It's a Brooklyn code. Like, they see it. No matter where they at, you gonna get booked. Like,
Yeah.
that's just Brooklyn for you.
Okay. So then in June 2007, you had the Miguel Cotto fight.
Mm-hmm.
You got hit with a low blow in the first round.
How many? One?
Then another low blow in the third round.
That's two.
You end up losing the fight.
You want to hear a known fact?
What's that?
So before the Miguel Cotto fight, I had 4 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
After the Miguel Cotto fight, my boys came.
So you're saying that those low blows
I'm just saying he
switched
knocked
your
some
sperm
shit.
around
He
somehow.
knocked some shit right. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my boy Miguel Cotto. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Even in the loss, there's a win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? That's. I'm just saying. My boys came after that.
Okay. And then in August 2007, there was a fight at Stereo nightclub. Was that anything worth mentioning, or
Now I don't know what you talk about. I mean, there's a lot of fights in my
a
lifetime.
lot of fights?
A lot
Okay.
of fights. Nightclubs is
Yeah.
that's like a mark on my calendar. Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you were supposed to fight Shane Mosley, but then you end up slipping in your bathroom and getting 50 stitches.
Yeah, okay. But that was in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was in
that
Vegas.
was later on.
Yeah, that wasn't even in New York.
Right. 50 stitches. That's
Yeah.
You really fucked yourself up.
I fell to the shower though, yeah.
Okay. And then you fought Mabuza.
Kaiser, yeah.
Did I say it right?
Kaiser Mabuza, yeah.
Mabuza in 2011.
South Africa.
You got the IBF title after 10
Came back.
years.
See that? Came back and did.
Came
they
back.
was like, what? Came back and won it. They was like, and that was, I think that was my last world title. So that was at a time when, he's 5-time champion of the world. He done it. At this time, I think I was like 38. I think 38 at the time.
Which is way past the prime of most
Right,
fighters.
you old.
38.
You fight for the champion. Just a young guy, South Africa. He's a killer. He's knocking everybody out. Zab is another. I was supposed to be the stepping stone, the gatekeeper. You beat this guy. He's a good legend. Then you go to the next door. I knocked him out.
Knocked him out.
Put him to sleep.
Then you fought Amir Khan,
Yep.
and you lost to him. Mm-hmm. I guess there was supposed to be there was a low blow
Yeah.
that you felt you should have gotten a 5-minute mandatory, which you
yeah,
didn't get.
like everybody else in the world does. When I get hit, you supposed to get your little second. So I'm thinking when he's counting, I'm like, I'm looking at him like he clearly just seen like I hit the balls. I'm holding my ball, so he's counting. I'm thinking you get the regular 8
Yeah.
count. They stop it, take a second,
Yeah,
clear your head. So I'm 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's over. It's over. What? I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Like, but now at this time, this is years later. I'm already the bad boy of boxing. I already done been suspended 2 times. I already done did all kind of shit. I'm back in Vegas. The referee just stopped the fight again.
Yeah.
They're looking, what is he gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking, what is he gonna do right now? You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm mind conscious of the situation. And I'm like, you know what? It's all right. It's cool. It's bullshit. I let God handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I let God handle it. And like I said, today, man, like I said, Vlad, I wouldn't change anything with my career. I'm pleased with my career. You know what I'm saying? One thing everybody knows, every time Zab Judah stepped through them ropes, he gave you.
It gets busy.
It's right.
Yeah.
He gave you, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
So then in 2013, you're supposed to fight Danny Garcia. You end up getting into an argument with Oscar De La Hoya in the press conference. I guess Oscar called you unprofessional.
Yeah. Without knowing all the facts.
Yeah. And then You and Danny Garcia's father get into it. I guess he was calling you the N-word?
Well, you know, he was doing what he was doing what he was supposed to do at the time. He was, you know, fending for his son, trying to get in the opponent's head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was trying to do half of his son's work.
Well, you called his dad a dope head.
I mean, that's how he was acting at the time. I mean, now we got a lot of respect for each other.
Okay. You end up losing that fight. 2015 rolls around, and you actually start sparring with Mayweather when he was getting ready for Manny Pacquiao. And was it kind of tense after that fight that you guys had, the way it ended and so forth? And like, how did you guys eventually work it out?
What you mean?
Well, the fight with Mayweather ended in a disaster,
Right.
essentially.
But that was 06.
That was 06.
At the time of the Manny Pacquiao fight, this is
2015,
years
9
later.
years later. So
Yeah.
you guys worked it out. You became friends again.
I mean, we see each other throughout the years a bunch of different times.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's really no beef. I mean, he know my children, I know his children. He know my mama, I know his mama. Like,
Yeah.
so it really ain't no beef. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Mayweather goes on to beat Pacquiao.
We knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, everyone knew that.
No, not a lot of people. Everybody didn't think that. Yeah.
Everyone I know.
I was training. I was training with him, so I seen, you know what I'm saying, you know, verbatim. Like I seen, like he was ready.
Yeah, and Floyd goes on to be 50-0 with his last fight being Conor McGregor, which was an interesting fight. You think you're going to see any more of these UFC boxing kind of mashups, or do you think that's pretty much
I think
it?
it's very interesting. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It brings across.
Yeah, like if your dad was alive, you know, not alive, it was your dad was in his prime during this time, he would probably be a UFC fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He would have. Yeah, he would have. He would have loved that.
Yeah.
He'd love that. He'd love that.
Well, then 2019, you fought Cletus Selden. And after the fight, you were hospitalized with brain bleeding. How serious of an injury was that?
It was more serious than people knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was in a coma for a couple of days.
You
right
went
at-
into a coma for a couple of days.
Yeah, right
Oh,
after
shit.
the fight, I was in the coma, and the fight was June 7th. I went from June 7th all the way to July 8th. We're having headaches, on and off. As it got closer to July 8th, they was coming faster and harder, and like precise the day of July 7th. Me and my girlfriend, we was downtown, we was shopping, and I got a headache. I mean, like on this day, like, I got a headache like never ever before in life. It felt like something was in my head trying to come out. Like I'm coming out, and it was on this side of my head. I was like, like what the hell's going on with my head? So we walking, I'm like, so I'm grabbing my head, and I'm like, yo, I gotta go get some pain pills. I gotta get something. My head is killing me. So luckily, my doctor is downtown. He's a neurologist. You know what I'm saying? He's a brain doctor, and I went to the office. I said, yo, Dr. Cohen. I said, I got a headache, you know, like it's killing me. He said 1 to 10, what it feel like? I said 25, like shit is killing me. Like I can't even stand up. He said, let's go do a CAT scan, you know, let me see what's going on in your head. Then I'll give you some pain pills. Go downstairs, he look at my brain, he like, something wrong. We gotta have emergency brain surgery.
You had brain surgery.
What? So like from that conversation to maybe 30 to 45 minutes later, I'm laying on the table, getting my brain opened up. Because a fighter took an illegal banned substance, or been taking banned substances for years, Cletus Selden, and he been getting away with it.
What was it? Like steroids, basically?
Yeah, it was a ban, it was a methamphetamine.
Really?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? It was I don't care to get into it too much, you know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
we got an ongoing situation.
Oh, lawsuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, it's bigger than a lawsuit.
Bigger than a lawsuit. Oh, like a criminal charge?
It was attempted murder, man.
Attempted murder.
He tried to, you tried to kill me.
So they had to cut your head open?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, my documentary being done now as we speak, and in my documentary you're gonna see everything. You see my doctor speaks,
Man.
people speaks, Zab speak, and people don't know like it's not even July. It's not even been 1 year yet.
Yeah.
I have my head opened up and it's not even 1 year yet. People look at me like, you had what? You had what? I had brain surgery. They're like, get the hell out of here. And 100%. So like I said, it was a very tragedy situation in my life that a lot of people didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like, because I kind of bounced right back from it and just, I got right back to it. Like, maybe within a month of recovery back, I was back out. I was in Brooklyn. I was out. It was summertime. Summertime, I'm back on the block. I'm pulling up to the weed spot. I'm getting weed, all that. They like looking at me like, this motherfucker is crazy. Like,
Well, I guess you and DeGuardia had a talk. This was, I guess, what was DeGuardia's role in this whole thing?
Joe DeGuardia is the promoter.
The promoter, okay.
No, we ain't no talk.
No? Well, because I guess he was quoted where he said, you and him talked about the fight, how he had a great career and how it's time to retire, and then you agreed. And how he said he had a good career and accomplished a lot.
Joe DeGuardia had no help, concerns, or anything with my career or with my retirement or anything like that. He was just the promoter that promoted the last fight, that helped Cletus Selden get by and hurt and destruct people in their life. And, these people gonna pay.
Okay. Are you retired from boxing?
Yes, I'm retired 100%.
100%.
100%.
Thank God, because you don't want to end
25
up in
years though, but I had fun. Fun, man. I'm still currently the last undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Since I did it, nobody done it yet. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, they're close to doing it. You know what I'm saying? Both of them my brothers, and I wish them well at accomplishing that goal.
Do you worry about CTE?
What's that?
What the football players get. Let me see. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is a disease which is caused by repeated head injuries, which is, as a boxer.
I mean, luckily mine was caught early. I had my surgery, so the pressure that was going on in my head and the little discrepancy problem I had was caught.
Right, but all those other times, like how many concussions have you had in your life?
0 unknowingly.
Okay.
Probably millions, but I've never I'm laying down, I'm in a concussion. Like, no, I don't know.
Concussion is a brain bruise.
Right. I've never had my brain, I only had my brain opened up one time.
Okay.
And that was in the last fight when the fighter chose to be dirty. That was it.
Would you allow your kids to box?
Of course. If they came to me and showed me, you got to come to me and show me that I really want boxing. Look what I did. Look what I know. Look what I've been trying to work on. Look what and then I go, okay, this kid is enthused. This kid has, you know what I'm saying? He has drive and he's trying to go somewhere with this, and I'm going to help him.
How many kids do you have?
I have 8 children.
8 children?
Yeah. 4 boys, 4 girls.
How many mothers?
So what? 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
I worked with the mom of your daughter.
Yeah, Mita.
Yeah, Mita. At Loud Records.
Yeah.
SRC, which was later called.
She's a very great person.
She is. And your daughter was great. She used to come to the office and everything.
She's in the military now.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did not know that. I just saw her as a little girl last time. Now she's all an adult.
She's in the military right now. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of her choices that she made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, I didn't have nothing to do with that. She came to me. That her and my other daughter, Zab Judah, they worked it out and figured it out, and I just supported.
Yep. And now you have 4-year-old twin boys.
Yeah.
Dope.
Princeton and Preston.
So as I was going through your Instagram, what I started to see over and over and over again was BMF. Mm-hmm. I actually got to hang out with BMF around 2004. They flew me out. Blue Da Vinci, I guess, was a big fan of my mixtapes during that time. So I was, they took us all out, they partied, and then I went to, Big Meech's house. He was on house arrest at the time.
Where, Atlanta?
In Atlanta, yeah. He had the ankle
White
monitor.
House.
The White House, exactly, with the Ferrari, the white Ferrari. And I got to hang out with all of them. And me and Blue kind of maintained, we would see each other. I've interviewed him before. But it seems like you were pretty deep with those guys.
Blue, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meech, my brother too.
Yeah. At what point did you start hanging out with him?
Years ago. We don't really care about it, you know what I'm saying? It's we don't talk about the mafia business, you know what I'm saying? And it just go like this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Meech was a great person, man. You know what I'm saying? From day one, he's always supported me. He's always he taught me a lot. We had a lot of great conversations. And you know what I'm saying? I know Big Meech's different. I don't know the TV guy that people talk about. Like, I know Big Meech from sitting down face to face, 1-on-1, me and Cuz sitting down chopping it up. And always gave me great advice. Always was there, very supportive of me.
Right.
And
you wore a BMF shirt in one of your fights, right?
well, yeah. I wore BMF a lot of times in the ring. I mean, when I was wearing BMF in the ring, people didn't know what BMF was. They didn't know. I mean, now they look back and they go to my fights and they be like, "Wait a minute, you was defending the championship of the world, and that's what the t-shirts was y'all all had on?" You're like, yeah,
Well, I can tell you, I hung out with those guys that one weekend.
The family.
And I have never seen money being spent on a level that BMF spent it. I mean, they had billboards all around Atlanta said the world is BMF's. We rolled up to the club with like Lambos, Ferraris, Rolls Royces. They were handing out Cristal bottles like they were flyers. It was crazy. How did you feel when all of them started getting busted?
It was shocking. I mean,
Yeah.
You wake up, you get the news, you be in different states, different situations, and they're like, "Yo, dude got hit. I mean, dude got caught." Like, what? Like at the time, like when you knew Meech, you like, dude can't get caught. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Because Meech, because we
he
have
was,
an
he was
interview.
cool. He was like, dude
He
don't
was
get
hella
caught.
cool.
You can't get the dude.
And we interviewed, a friend of mine, Cavario, interviewed Meech in prison.
Yeah.
Over the phone, and we posted up on our YouTube channel. And I read the books as well that was written about BMF and saw the documentaries. And essentially, they didn't really catch Meech with anything. It was all people started to cooperate.
Word of mouth, yeah.
Everyone started to snitch.
Yeah.
And
That's why he should be let free.
Yeah, and he ended up having to take a really long plea deal because if he had gone to trial, he was facing life. He was facing kingpin charges.
Yeah.
But they didn't really catch him with anything.
He never did nothing. He tried to support people and help people live out their dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I can say. I mean, I seen that with my eyes. No matter how he was doing it, he was very supportive. And like, if he seen you was far, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I mean, he seen what I was doing. He seen my dreams, my drives, and where I was going with it. And you know what I'm saying? He sat down and explained to me his dreams and his goals and where he wanted to go with it in life. He's like, yo, we need to, we need to link up. You know what I'm saying? Do something. And I was like, yo, you the big homie. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Put the blueprint out. I'm going to follow it.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And, Big Meech said, I remember listening to the interview, he felt at the time that he got busted that, he was already transitioning. He was friends with the Puffies of the world.
Yeah.
And he had businesses and he was hanging out with people like you and so forth. So he felt like nothing was going to happen. And then, boom, everything went down. Everyone got indicted. Dozens of people were getting football numbers. His brother,
T.
Southwest T. I remember in the interview he said how T was just in love with the cell phone. That a lot of the stuff that they got him on was they had tapped his brother's line. And Blue Da Vinci went to prison. It was a mess, man. It was a mess. I didn't know those guys as well as you, but I did get to hang out.
Shout to my brother Blue Da Vinci. Shout to Big T.
Yeah.
OG.
When you look to your Instagram, you see a lot of blue rags.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of Crip kind of references. Is that something you associate with?
Affiliation.
Yeah. Is that something that's always been around? Or?
It's always been. I mean, I'm born and raised in Brownsville.
And Brooklyn has always been a Crip.
Yeah, my whole neighborhood, everything is, you know what I'm saying? It's community walk. It's a community walk for me. You know what I'm saying? It's my community. You know what I'm saying? It's my community. It's my people's. And I'm just, helping my peoples get by to the next level. That's it. I mean, we're not doing no wrong. I mean, I don't gang bang. It's a difference.
Yeah.
When you're on the street and you're out there, y'all putting in work and actually hurting people. No, we're not doing that. If anything, I'm trying to help empower my people mentally, supportively, and going into a different realm of life and showing them that there's a different way we can achieve and obtain wealth without hurting and destructing each other.
Yeah, and I mean, I've interviewed a lot of gang members and ex-gang members and so forth, and it's like, if these guys had really organized and churned what they do into real businesses, I mean, if you think about it, John F. Kennedy, his dad was a gangster.
Facts.
His dad was essentially a drug dealer.
Look at the government.
You know, like he was running liquor when it was illegal, and that's how that fortune was made. And he became president. Like, if these guys really said, all right, fuck all this illegal shit, we're going to use this unity to create real businesses, and because Crips and Bloods are marketed so well through hip hop that so many people want to be part of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That they have so much power, and a lot of times I just don't feel they use it.
Right.
You know?
Or they misuse their power.
They do.
They use it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I think that now what's going on in the world is people are starting to wake up and get smarter now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, most recently Pop Smoke, who comes from Brooklyn as well, who was, Crip affiliated. You know, he talked about in his lyrics and everything else like that. It's the woo. Such a fucking tragedy. And I don't know whether his death was gang related. Nobody knows. But man, it's a fucking shame to lose someone that was such a bright star. Talented. There's a picture on your Instagram with you and Tekashi.
Yeah.
I assume this was way before the whole snitching thing and everything. Being as, like, you didn't snitch on the dudes who robbed you and stuck a pistol in your face and could have murdered you. How did you feel when Tekashi churned on the whole 9 Trey Bloods and put everyone in prison for football numbers?
I mean, I looked at it as he young, and I don't think that what was shown to the world wasn't his intentions. I don't think that he meant to maliciously go out and just hurt somebody and do stuff, and he didn't really understand his power and what was going on and what he was capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? And when it came down to the come down, he got spooked. Like, what? I did what? I could get how much? Wait, no.
47 years is what he was facing.
And he went like that. Like,
you.
I can get how much? No, wait. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was at that moment, he turned back into a child again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand. When you out here and you doing this, when you living this type of life and you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know. Like, so when they came down with the come down, he said, huh? Who? Huh? How much? Wait, what about, which is personally, I mean, everybody know me, know my life. That's not nothing that I would do. I wouldn't partake in that. You know what I'm saying? He got spooked. When people get spooked, they do crazy things.
Right, but he didn't grow up in this type of environment with these guys.
Right.
This all came later.
Right.
And, the first time you get a lot of power and money and you got a bunch of guys that are willing to do whatever, it's easy to get caught up in that.
I mean, he was around some solid dudes, though.
Yeah.
He was around solid dudes, Like, my thing, it was a lot of money around there. A lot of money.
A lot of money.
So when you have a lot of money like that, cash, with individuals that's never seen it before, never been, used to it, and then now they touching it, tangibly touching it, getting it, things start to go haywire. You know what I'm saying? Especially without no sit down, real structure about what's going on, it just start going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
I don't put none of them in that situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Shotty, my bro, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know Shotty?
Yeah, I know Shotty. I know all of them. I know, you know what I'm saying? Knew all of them, man. And I hope that, you know what I'm saying, no matter what happens with those guys, that they, you know what I'm saying, just, I wish God be with them guys and just, they use their time wisely.
Well, he got like 15 years.
I know. I mean, that's, I mean.
He's got a lot of time to think about this shit.
A lot of time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But use your time wisely, you know what I'm saying? So that when you come home, you can make a great transition, you know what I'm saying? And make your, you know what I'm saying, make your mark count. Because they're gonna, it's not over for them. They're going to be home again, you know what I'm saying? But when you come home, you got to make your mark count. You know what I mean? Shout out to them brothers, though.
Yeah.
Hold your head, guys.
I met Shotty. He was real cool. We were texting, talking about doing a Tekashi interview. And then, then everything went haywire. Well, excluding yourself, who do you think are the top 5 boxers of all time?
Of all time?
Of all time, any era, living or dead. Number 1.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. You'd put him over Ali.
Pernell Whitaker.
That's number 2.
Go for my list. Marvin Hagler.
That's 3.
Muhammad Ali.
That's 4.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
You know who's missing on this list right now?
No, I don't.
Floyd Mayweather.
I see. You said, well, you asked me of all time.
Of all time.
So, see, here's what I tell people like that in this situation. It's no disrespect to Floyd. I love Floyd.
No, I feel you.
But how am I going to put down a person as the greatest person in the world to me that I competed against and felt that the world felt that if anything, it could have been a loss. So why should I say he's one of the...
Okay.
Nah, so no disrespect to Floyd. I'm just telling you about that
Okay,
individual.
I see why.
How could I say Floyd? No, Floyd's not on my list.
Okay, so had you not fought Floyd,
I'm pretty sure I'm not on his list either. I'm pretty sure, right? But I'm just saying, like, as I'm a kid from boxing, I came in the same era with Floyd, so he wouldn't be my idol. The people that I name are legends. These are people that I idolize, that paved the way for myself, that marked down, and all of them was great legends. Mike Tyson's career was phenomenal. Pernell Whitaker's career was phenomenal. Marvin Hagler's career was phenomenal. Sugar Ray Robinson's career is, come on, man. Like, these are icon pioneers. These are not like he won a fight. No, these are guys that undisputed. Hands down, as when you mention their name, everybody go,
No, I mean, it's a great list. It's a great list, especially you don't see Pernell Whitaker on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, because they don't understand. I was hand by hand with Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? I practiced at one point in time. I lived with him. You know what I'm saying? Traveled the world with him, and I got to see him.
Rest in peace, too, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for that loss.
Yeah,
for you,
that was tough. But you know, he was a different individual. Pernell was a guy he was like no other. What you seen with Pernell, what you get. He was like, it was no sugarcoating. If he liked you, he liked you. If he didn't like you, you knew Pernell Whitaker didn't like you. He was not no. He ain't gonna sugarcoat with you. He ain't gonna fake laugh with your fake smile. He look at you straight like, what? Man, you better get out my face. I swear, I seen him do it a million times. I was like, yo, Pete, you know, man, I don't care about that boy. He said, hey, get out my face. He said, I'm going to tell you one time. The next thing, they come in hard, fast, and accurate. That was his main shit. He would always tell you, they come in hard, fast, and accurate.
Oh, yeah. No,
Word up.
Pernell was a technician in the ring. Absolute technician.
True.
Not the most exciting fights because he was so technical with it, and there wouldn't be a lot of knockdowns or whatever else. But he was.
See, people hate to see one-sided. Yeah. People think the rock'em sock'em, you hit me, I hate you, with blood everywhere. That was a great fight. But when you class them and just box the shit out of them, touch them all, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's boring. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, Floyd gets accused of the same thing.
Yeah, Floyd is great.
He wins every time.
I tell everybody all the time, he's great, man. He's just not one of my top 5 favorites. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Zab Judah, man, you've had a hell of a career, and you shouldn't be here right now coming out of Brownsville.
Fact.
You should have been a statistic.
Fact.
You should have been dead, in jail, on drugs. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that you grew up with that are exactly in that boat right now.
Yeah.
You broke the odds, and you had a career that broke the odds as well. How many total years of boxing?
25.
25 years. The average boxing career is how long? 5?
If they win the world title.
Maybe 10.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to the thing where the moment a person get hit, they figure out if they want to be a boxer or not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, wait a minute.
It's that Mike Tyson quote?
Yeah.
That everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face?
You punch in the face, you like, wait a minute, let's rethink this. I wanted to be champion of the world, but what happened was, it's a very tough sport. I commend every fighter that climbed through the rings and the ropes and put it on for the city. I commend them. I take my hat off to them because it takes a lot of nuts and guts.
Yeah, I mean, you sacrifice a lot. You
Yeah.
sacrifice your own health.
100%,
You had brain surgery.
100%.
You've had, I mean, let's see, broken hands.
Yeah.
What else has been broken along the way?
At times in fights, my heart. With decisions, you look at it, you like, you know, people don't understand that. Like when you go through a 10-week training camp, preparation of disfiguring your body, disfiguring your mind, disfiguring your soul, from like just what's going on right now in the world, and you climb into a rope, because you got to do that to be great. To climb through, I mean, you want to go in a fight, just be a regular fighter, you can go do it. Just do a couple weeks of training, jump in the ropes, you cool. But to be great, you know what I'm saying, you got to take your mind and your body and your soul to a different place outside of what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? And I've done that so many different times. And people understand when you do that and you put all of it on the line and you go there and it's taken from you, you know what I'm saying? In that time, it creates it creates things in in your mind and your soul and your body that people don't. It's unexplainable, man. It's things that just things don't go back the same way. Like, you know, when you disfigure something and you win with it, it goes right back into place. It's cool. But when you disfigure something and you didn't get it, and now emotions and situations come in, you don't ever go back to that same situation no more. Now you become something different. Sometimes it could be dark, bro. Like a lot of times people don't understand, yo, why you so crazy? Why should I be doing it? I understand, but I just came out of a fight. You understand what I gotta do to go to a fight? Where I gotta go? Where I gotta put my mind at? So now when I put my mind there and I just won and I'm feeling invincible on top of the world, and already with my Brownsville mentality on top of that, now I'm almost invincible. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no cutoff switch. Yeah. There is no, yo, Zab, all right, the fight's over. Nah, dude. This fight is ongoing forever. Who won it? Like, you know, it's one of them shits, like, who won it? You know what I mean? I understand it's wrong, you can't do it, but it's just, it's real. It's like, you don't, a lot of fighters, you watch these guys and you're like, yo, they crazy, boxers are crazy. No, it's no cutoff. You can't, it's, after a while, you get tired of flicking that switch.
Oh, no. I mean, I've met Mike Tyson before, and I can tell you he's just not a regular guy.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is wired differently. He's
a
bit scary in person. Like, you could tell, like, you say the wrong word to him, and it really might be a bad situation.
And Mike is the most lovable guy you want to meet, man. That's my brother, man. I love him. He's the kindest, gracefulest guy you want to meet in life. I mean, but he just has principle. He has standards. He has boundaries that if you cross his boundaries, there is no like I tell people, Zab is a cool. Like, anybody that made me know Zab is cool. Zab is come across, he's dope. But when you take me to that point, you cross it, you can't tell me how far to go. There is no boundaries, dude. So don't get me mad and go, oh, but I only pushed you.
I was just joking.
Right. No, dude. Now I'm mad. Don't tell me where I can go when I get mad, I'm going to take it somewhere where I know personally you're not going to think or want to go where it's going to go. So that's why I try not to even get mad no more in life, man. I look at people, I smile, and I say, you know what, man, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get mad and I really want to go there, I mean, it's been things I didn't know that I really could go there. But I don't like that. I don't like to see nobody hurt or even think about hurting anybody.
Well, look, man, I love when I interview someone before Vlad TV, when I hook up with them years later and they're still healthy.
Yeah.
They've made millions of dollars since then. Their families are good and expanded like yours have, man. So I'm just happy to see you right now.
Television and film is where we going next with this.
That's where we're going next?
Yeah, that's
Can't wait.
100%.
Can't wait. Until next time.
That's right.
Peace.
You're ready.